one looking for the hat trick. Off the post, scores. Jeff Tambellini cleans up.
Stastny gives the puck away. Tambellini scores.
From player to assistant coach to now head coach, congratulations on being named the new head coach of the Trail Smoke Eaters. But who's this young guy back here? It's hard to believe that was 2002. I think it was your 117-point season when you played for Chilliwack. They had you out there earlier in the week for a ceremonial puck drop. Where's time gone, my friend?
It flies. No, looking back, I know I walked in the building and they had that banner posted across the arena, but brings back some pretty good memories playing in Chilliwack.
I want to talk to you about your experience in Chilliwack because it's a very good hockey market. We'll get to Trail in a second because that's where you're going to embark on your head coaching career. But when you look at Chilliwack as a market, when you look at the Chiefs organization and what they've managed to accomplish for several years now and what they're doing this week at the Royal Bank Cup after having not played a significant game in 2 months, I'm blown away by their success.
It's an amazing hockey market. It's a great community. They've always had really good volunteers out there. That's usually been the heartbeat of that franchise. And it's a unique tournament because you play 5 rounds to get there, but there's always a host team. And they made a coaching change, brought in Brian Maloney, who's going to do a great job, and a great Chiefs alumni, and no real surprise that they're having success.
All right, let's talk about your success. I think we showed your last NHL goal. I think that was against Philadelphia when you were wearing a Canucks jersey. This past season you were in Michigan. You were an assistant coach, and then out of the blue the phone rings, and next thing we know, last month you're named the new head coach of Trail. It seems like a perfect time because your grandfather, of course, was a star for the World Hockey Championship Smoke Eaters in the 60s. Dad grew up there. There's family roots. They pick up the phone and you say, this sounds like a fit.
Yeah, no, it was an interesting process. I'd gone back to Michigan to finish my degree. I'd left a year early to turn pro, and had to get that done. And then out of nowhere, there was a coaching change, and picked up the phone, and we started talking a little bit. Before I knew it, they had offered me the general manager and head coach role, and it just seemed way too good to pass up.
You've been a successful business guy as well. In the summertime, you run camps, basically training camps for NHLers, pro hockey players, amateur hockey players, to keep themselves in shape, to get them ready for camp. How different is this experience going to be for you, though, as opposed to a business?
You know what? It's different for sure, but I got into that business because I wanted to get onto the management side of the game. I believe you have to have experience working with players. So the 9 years of working with pro players, college players, junior players allowed me to get on the ice with them, learn to instruct people, learn how to run people through drills, and there is a learning curve with that. So nice to have 9 years behind me on that, and I really enjoyed it. I've always loved the management side, but the more I got to work with guys on the ice and watch them develop, especially at a young age, it's been fantastic. You
played just under 300 NHL games. You had a very good international career, 6 seasons abroad. You wore the maple leaf for our country many times. At any time, did you think about this becoming a future for you, being a coach? And how much now do you draw on some of the guys who coached you to take into what you're going to do now as a coach and general manager in Trail?
For sure. No, it's I was raised in a management family.
Yes, you were.
I went to the University of Michigan to study sports management for the reason of hopefully one day getting into that, and then by getting the chance to have the business here in Vancouver, but to be a coach at Michigan. It kind of brought me into the coaching side, and I realized how much I enjoyed that, being back on the bench and working with guys on the ice day to day. So when this opportunity came up to do both sides, it was a really easy decision, especially with the city being Trail.
Yeah, when you look at Trail, I was so impressed when we were there last fall. I was there doing something totally unrelated to sports, and then I got a message from somebody from the team saying, you got to come check out the rink. The new owner there, with the amount of upwards of $2 million pumped into the old barn, which looks amazing. The dressing room, I think, is like an NHL rink for the kids. The training facility. You're walking into a pretty good scenario, but it's also one where you're now totally in charge.
Yeah, it's amazing. Our owner, Rich Murphy, has done an amazing job. He's donated his own money and helped our franchise build into one of the top BCHL teams. And not too often do you have an opportunity to come in where an owner is so motivated to help players and give them the resources and opportunity to have success. So we're very fortunate. I know our guys are. They thank him daily, and we will too. But it's a great opportunity to have success in a great hockey community, and that's what I'm most excited about.
Hockey has taken you all over the world. You've played in leagues all over the world. You've played in the Stanley Cup final. You didn't win the Cup with the Canucks, mind you. But it seems like it's come full circle now. Going back to where it began for the Tambellini family, this seems like a really special time for you, Jeff.
It really is. And when you get a chance to come back, I had a grandfather who was really made his mark in our family in that city, and really established that town on the map, and was able to win the last World Championship as an amateur team. So there's some amazing connections. The city of Trail has been so good to my family, and just to have the opportunity to go back there and be a part of the Smoke Eater family, it's so exciting. It's a great time. There's so much momentum behind the team. Fans are coming back to the building. They're excited about the team. Local businesses are having success. So it's a great mix. And for me to get the opportunity to transition into the management coaching side, it's come full circle, and happy to be there.
He is a well-spoken young man. He's a talented young man, a great hire by the Trail Smoke Eaters. Congratulations. The head coach, general manager of Trail. You can watch the BC Hockey League when they get fired up in September. But don't forget about the Chilliwack Chiefs. 7 o'clock tonight, Royal Bank Cup. Chiefs going to win it all?
They sure will.